Welcome back to Flow and Tell. I'm Josi Flotron. I am here today with you with some footage that is in 1/4 speed, and it is showing some very simple movement that I'm doing with the Flotini. And we're going to look today at this footage with the idea that it is not about the movement of the rope, it is the movement of the body that we are here for. So in the Flotron method, there are different styles that we put on to spend time with our rope. And one of the primary things that we do when we are going to flow is to embrace the idea of diving, to take a dive with your flow rope. A dive is a direct counter to a drill, and a dive is a place of flowing into an exploration of movement, as opposed to a drill that would be more of a forced penetration of movement. So you can probably understand why we have those two things as a framework here and why in the Flotron method we choose to dive instead of to drill. So you see me here on the screen and I am diving into tails. And in this moment, as I'm moving, you can see really clearly that the rope is rolling in a circle. It is rotating. It is simple. It is smooth. It is exactly what it is there to do. As the rope rotates in the circle, my body has an endless opportunity of movement to choose from. There are so many ways that I can move with my ankles, my knees, my thighs, my hips, my back, my shoulders, my wrists, my arms, my neck, all of the parts of my body get to, in each moment, find a new expression of flow, a new expression of fluid movement in order to support the rope being the rope. As you see, the rope rolls in its circle. Our body flows amongst the rolling of the rope. And that's why we come back again and again and again to remember it is not about the movement of the rope, it's about the movement of the body. All you got to do with the rope is get it moving in a circle and keep it moving in a circle. In order to do that, it's the body that's going to find these new places of expression. And so, as you're here with your rope, taking the time to be present in your movement, giving yourself the permission to not do anything special, not do anything fancy, not do anything difficult, but just to be present with that movement, you're able to dive deeper into it in each moment. And this is one of the ways that we support the body taking the lead in the moment. And of course, as the body takes the lead, the mind is able to recede. And it's in that balance that we again and again come back to and refine the body leading, mind receding balance, where we find what we can really sink into, whether that be flow state, whether that be movement meditation, the balancing of the body and the mind that is happening, that is possible, that is right there when you move with your flow rope is a place that you can use to train whatever movement you want to train. If you want to train advanced rope flow movement, this is a fantastic way to start doing that. And if you just want to train breathing more deeply through your day and experiencing your movement in a calm, balanced way that supports everything else in your life that you're doing, you can do that too. So when we move with our rope, all we really need to have in each moment is the reminder that the rope's going to roll in a circle. It's going to be a wheel. It's going to roll. And as long as it continues to do that, the body is free to find any expression of movement that allows the rope to continue being the rope. In that pursuit of new ways for the body to move, the body gets to take the lead, and the body gets to find things that the mind could not know in advance existed and could not direct the body into. Now, as you practice with your flow rope, you may not be doing precisely what I'm doing on screen here at this point, or you may be in a completely deep advanced movement where you're taking these principles of the simple becomes the complex and using them to go deeper into that advanced movement. But it truly doesn't matter. As long as in the moment that you are moving with your rope, you give the body permission to take the lead, permission to be simple, permission to let the rope roll as the rope, and everything else then can flow from that place. The allowing ourselves to be as we are in the moment goes a really long way to creating this foundation of flow in our lives. And the most direct way to do that is through your movement. It really is. If you want the inside of your experience to be flow, start training it on the outside. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. And that's why you'll hear me again and again remind you, let the body take the lead, let the mind recede, let the simple exist, dive into it. If there's complexity underneath that simplicity waiting for you, you'll find it. But you're not going to force your way into it. Or if you do, it's not going to be fun and it's probably not going to give you the experience that you really want. You are welcome to learn from my experience, which for the first year of when I rolled a flow rope was not informed by the things I know now, but was instead directed by the external framework that existed out there of people saying, this is the thing you have to learn and it has to look exactly like this, otherwise you're doing it wrong. That place isn't really the place that you need to spend time if you're here for the flow that exists inside of you. If you only care about what people are seeing from the outside, this is probably not the training ground that you are going to be most served by. But if you're here for what matters on the inside of your experience, of the place that you know can exist inside of you, of the flow that you are, well, then welcome. And I'm really incredibly glad that you're here because nobody told me these things about 4 years ago when I picked up my flow rope for the first time. And every week I'm going to tell you the things that seem most important, but really there's nothing more important than you getting a rope, picking it up, rolling it, and letting it be the rope, and then allowing your body to be your body in a way that you might not have experienced before. Be in flow and live life in a new way. Thanks for spending this time here, and I will share more with you soon. Have a great week, and I wish all of us the deepest and most simple flow that we can find.